Welcome back, brothers and sisters. I am Braden. This is Langley Outdoors Academy, the place where we not only talk about what's going on in the gun world, but also how we're going to fix it together. And the content that I'm about to show you is stacking on what we broke earlier today when all the rage came out where the DOJ just slid in a little national red flag, extreme risk protection order, basically right under the rug on Saturday, right after they passed an omnibus bill. Yeah. This is building on that because Kamala Harris is now in charge of it through the Office of Gun Violence Prevention, and she was out touting it today in Florida while she toured Marjorie Stoneman Douglas High School. Everything I'm about to show you is linked in the description box below, and I cannot wait to hear from you guys on this one. And please send this one out, and I need to hear you in the comments because this stuff needs to go far and wide, and you need to call your representatives because holy crap. If you happen to miss it today because you were out enjoying the Saturday, the new spring, this is from the DOJ. The launch of the National Extreme Risk Protection Order Resource Center will provide our partners across the country with valuable resources to keep firearms out of the hands of individuals who pose a threat to themselves or others. The establishment of the center is the latest example of the Justice Department's work to use every tool provided by landmark Bipartisan Safer Communities Act to protect communities from gun violence. Merrick Garland, Attorney General of the DOJ. All right, that's what we did a video on earlier today. Well, now we've got some more information, and doesn't it make you feel nice and happy and warm inside that Kamala Harris is at the wheel of the Office of Gun Violence Prevention, who is leveraging and directing this new DOJ initiative? By the way, you notice that all of these things and all this money is coming from a congressional bill of which they are basically taking the money that Republicans allowed them to have through 15 of them voting for it, and then the executive bureaucratic overreach is just going amok. You notice that? ATF, DOJ, Office of Gun Violence Prevention, all in the executive branch, not a single one authorized by Congress. We're going to come back to that in a second, but let me show you what Kamala Harris has said, and this is leading into something else. Kamala Harris announces new office to implement red flag gun control laws. Oh, she's so selfless. She's so selfless. Yeah. The White House has announced a new national office to support states implementing red flag laws to combat gun violence, an initiative funded by the Justice Department. Kamala Harris made the announcement on Saturday during a visit to Parkland where she toured the site of the nation's worst high school shooting. We already talked about that, all right? Here's where it gets real icky. Then I'm going to show you some responses. Then I'm going to show you what we're actually going to attempt to do about this, all right? Because this is not good. The launch of the Federal Extreme Risk Protection Order Resource Center, ERPO, follows Joe Biden's establishment of the White House Office of Gun Violence Prevention in September, which the president tapped Harris to lead. They are trying to put Harris in a position of some sort of authority, and they've built an entire shadow system underneath it. All right? This is where we're going. And tomorrow I'll do a video expounding a little bit. I'm just laying the groundwork right now. You've got Kamala Harris, who is a vice president. She is over a new office that the president created under the executive branch, the Office of Gun Violence Prevention. The Office of Gun Violence Prevention is staffed with staff literally from Everytown for gun safety, gun control groups and lawyers from gun control groups. They're running it, and now they've taken the money from Safer Communities Act and they've put it into a new fund under the DOJ with Merrick Garland, and now 21 states are going to be orchestrated from across the nation directly in a figurehead piece underneath the Vice President of the United States, all without the authority of Congress. Hey, John Cornyn, Republicans who passed this in the Senate, great job. Fantastic. Look what you let them do. Let's continue, though, because they come out and say it. Look, operating through the John Hopkins Center for Gun Violence Solutions and paid for by a Justice Department grant, your money, ERPO is designed to help state and local governments, law enforcement, and others, including behavioral health and social service providers, optimize the use of red flag laws, Harris said. Do you remember all the talk from the gun controllers that we talked about in prior episodes where they're saying there needs to be more organization, more information, more money put behind how we can use red flag laws more effectively because states weren't using them? Any of these, I'm telling you guys, they have formed a pyramid that is completely behind the scenes, not responsible to anybody, staffed from unelected bureaucrats, and then also supplemented with gun control activists. You can't even make it up. It's right there in front of you. In fact, they're even looking to bribe more states. Remember how we got some flack for saying it was bribery? Well, here you go. Harris called on the other 29 states to enact red flag laws and urged those that already have them to tap into the Bipartisan Safer Communities Act funds to support them. Hey, Tom Tillis, remember how you said this whole thing would stand up great? It's really going to do a lot of good? John Cornyn, great negotiator with Chris Murphy. This is directly from that. Oh, also, the guy who got shot in Arkansas, the rules of who is now a federal gun dealer, also directly from this. If you even lay out any type of vague authority given to these executive bureaucracies, the people who want to utilize them in the negative ways, maybe outside of what you want, are going to do it to the fullest extent of the law. This is what you are seeing. There is a shadow government that is forming in the executive branch against our gun rights, paid for by Republicans who passed this, and now it's completely bureaucratically driven. Great. Awesome. So it goes from administration to administration unless it is specifically ousted, sniffed out, and completely destroyed. You think Republicans are going to have the balls to do that? They better. So now, this is what you have to do. We have to call representatives and let them know, every single one, that this is unacceptable and this needs to go away immediately. Because it's an election year. You want to get them motivated? Call them up on the phone and you tell their staffers who pick it up that they need to get rid of this and challenge it because this is unconstitutional. Red flag laws by themselves are unconstitutional. Let me show you what some reps are saying, but I'm really curious, are they going to stop at a tweet or what are they going to do here? What the hell is this evil? This is Thomas Massey. A federal red flag center, we did not authorize this, announced, of course, just hours after the omnibus package passes, of course. Marjorie Taylor Greene. Merrick Garland just announced a massive red flag operation that the DOJ will be running by using every spy tool and U.S. government has in order to violate Americans' Second Amendment. Comes right after the omnibus package. All right, Mayor John Huffman. No constitutional authority, no oversight, created and run by bureaucrats who you didn't hire, you can't fire, and who don't think they work for you. That is so well said. The reason that the left is diving so hard into the bureaucratic state is just for that reason. You don't hire them, you don't fire them, and they don't give a crap what you think because you can't affect their outcome. Their own lives are insulated completely, judged by a person who put them in power, not by anyone in the actual ballot box. This is a massive problem. Everyone needs to be calling their representatives and lighting a fire under their butts because this right here is horrifying what they are building. I'm going to do more details and lay it out tomorrow. I was going to do that tonight, but then this popped in. And that's what I've got for you guys. Hope you enjoyed the update. Let me know what you think in the comments below, and I will see you on the next one. I'm Braden. See you later.